All right. Welcome, everyone, to the Three Grandmas podcast. We are once again joined by a very special guest who's been on the show before, not with Pragpro. Pragpro was not there last time when Anders was here. But this
No.
time,
Sorry.
we are doing a yapping about movies with Anders McCoy. Last time he was here talking about Joker Folie à Deux for our Braid the Cinema series. This time, what are we talking about, Anders? Which is
True.
and all right. Do you? Yes. So Anders is a film student. I went to film school with him, and he's directed a few things. Like one of them, I did the coloring for. This one, I didn't have any involvement with, and it shows. No, I'm kidding.
Jesus. Cheap shots.
But no, this is
Yeah.
this is his recent. This is the short film that he's made called "The Perfect Recipe," and we just watched it before we went live, and I'm very excited to talk about it. Walk us through it, Anders. Like, what was the inspiration for this? What's it about?
You want to show a small clip of it, or just a tiny bit of it, so people get some frame of reference, like one?
Do you have a trailer or anything?
I mean, you could just show some part of it if you want, JC. I don't know. Okay. Yep.
So you wouldn't be able to like share it?
Share the link.
Yeah.
I mean,
okay. I mean, we can keep talking about it, like
all right,
until
let's
you
talk about it.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you can send me the link and I'll bring it up. So yeah, The Perfect Recipe is a film that you shot over. Was it over? When did you shoot this? Was it? It was last year, yeah. Mm. Yeah.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Mm.
Awesome. And like,
Awesome.
how many revisions did the script go through? Like, were you writing it for like 6 months, or how long did it take you? Mm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So when you pitched it, you didn't have a finished script at that time. You just had the idea. Yeah, 5 minutes. Yeah, this one it ended up
Mm-hmm.
being about nine. Um, yeah. How did you guys feel watching this Prague at time? What this is a
Well,
really
good. I
interesting
mean,
film. Yeah.
it was. I mean, I just have like, I was just looking at the choices that you made. It was interesting that there was no music. Was that trying to capture like that live documentary feel, almost like in The Office or something, where they never use interstitial music to mix it in? Okay, interesting. And then I love all the close-up camera work. I thought the photography was the best part of it. I think you framed the scene shots very nicely, and it was just, I think it was really beautifully photographed. I liked the close-ups on her hands in the beginning, and just those little like jump, not a jump close up, but it created an intimacy that I felt I wanted to see from the two actors, because I didn't believe they were in a relationship. I just felt like they were acting together. And even if there was just like a little hug or a little touch or just something to let us know that they're not just strangers repeating lines to one another, or in some ambient conversation during dinner, like they get right to the point at dinner. They get right to the meat of the script, and that's not how real people talk. They talk about little things, and maybe there's a little joke. There's just like, more relaxed verbiage. I thought would have been cool.
I like the way you directed them though. I feel like they kind of got the sort of campy vibe that you were going for with the with the script. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I noticed that. Yeah. And uncomfortable. Yeah. Yeah. I thought it was great.
And then the glowing box, was that an homage? Like they use the glowing box in several movies, like it's in Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
The trunk, it's like a mystery box, and it always has a glow coming from. I think it's in like Treasure of the Sierra Madre is when the first time they used that. Was that on purpose, or were you just like, what was the vibe on that? Yeah, and I think that's a reference to something else. Yeah.
Finding what's inside, yeah.
But I like that cool little. It's just a little wink to the audience that if they know films, they've seen that used before, and it's subtle, but it's not. And then I love the actor who played the older gentleman at the party.
So good.
Did you write his lines, or did he write? It felt like he was speaking his lines. Like it seemed like he knew. It's like he has a very particular delivery system, and I love it. Like he was hilarious.
What? So yeah. I want to know, what was it like?
And then the only other thing is like something. Oh, go ahead, JC.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, his dialogue is bizarre.
It's like
it's very
very unique.
It's very formal. It's like he enunciates every word, and I'm just wondering, like, was that just like a separate joke that you wrote into the script, or does it have some kind of thematic like connection to the other stuff, or like do you have an explanation for it, or? For Sirkan.
You wrote that? That's great. I love that you wrote that, because that's really shows a lot of skill to write comedy like that, because it's complicated and it's diffy. It's different. It's like anyone can write comedy for two people to deliver to each other generally, but when you're developing comedy for an actor or a particular character, and it has their own voice, and you can pull that off, and it feels like that's something only that character would say in that world, then you've done it, and that's what you're trying to do. Yeah. I wish there was more of that from the female and the male lead, though, because I felt like it just didn't like. I don't know if it was their performance was. It seemed like there was too much space between them when they were talking. It wasn't bantery. It wasn't. Maybe a little quicker repertoire back and forth, and maybe more rehearsal could have been done for that, so that if you run that scene 11 times and you know it by heart, then you get into this rhythm, and then it's fun, and they're smiling, they're flirting, and that's, but I think you're on the right track for sure, though.
And I noticed like some of the dialogue was dubbed. Is that
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So like the.
Yeah, the technical stuff is not even an issue because that can always be fixed, and as you get more experience. But you're on the right track because you understand how to film, like what to photograph and how to set up what it looks like, and then you're illustrating some talent for script writing too. So it's like you're on the right track.
Did you have something you want to say, Time? It looked like you were about to say something.
I was, but now I forgot.
Are you okay? Did you get hit in the head during the interview?
No, there's a cat all over the place right here.
Oh.
No, the other thing I was going to say is the guy that was speaking in all those crazy words. I enjoyed how he played it straight and kind of dry. So it was just kind of like semi uncomfortable because it's like, what is? I don't understand what's going on.
Yeah.
And then it's not explained, which is like even better that it kind of just sits in that moment and you're like,
oh. It feels a bit Lynchy.
Felt like a real person.
Like I know David Lynch just passed away, but like some of the stuff in that film, were you inspired by David Lynch at all? Because there's like sections of Mulholland Drive that are just like weird jokes that he wanted to put in because that it's completely disconnected to the main story, sort of thing. Are you inspired by Lynch at all, or? Yeah, like it just reminded me of some of the really funny scenes in Mulholland Drive that just like had nothing to do with the rest of the story at all. But he just put it in there because he thought it'd be funny to write for those actors. And yeah.
Have you seen that French cannibal movie that takes place at a veterinary school?
Raw.
Raw.
Yeah.
Have you seen that one?
Julia Ducano, I don't know how to say her last name, but.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's a really interesting, like modern cannibal movie. That's obviously about other things, but it's like, that's an interesting, I don't know if it were inspired by that at all, but that's the most recent cannibal movie that wasn't just like a zombie movie that I can think of,
The most recent
Green Inferno.
Did you watch Inferno? Did you watch Luca Guadagnino's Bones and All? Because that was a I mean, yeah. Yeah, that's good.
What were you trying to say with the cannibalism? Were you trying to say something, or that was just something you wanted to work with? Is there? Because JC believes all films have meaning.
Oi. I felt like this film had meaning, like the way that like couples will.
What did this movie say about Palestine?
The director said no, JC.
Well, I mean, I don't think all films have an intentional. Like, I don't think all films have an intentional meaning, but like meaning comes out of it.
All right, like, Anders, I want you to watch the review of I Saw the Devil on YouTube later after this episode, and we have a long argument about this. And now he's rebranding what his position is.
I mean, Jason was right.
JC
was right.
No.
You're gonna wake up, Poppy.
Yeah, you're right. My point about I Saw the Devil was that even if it wasn't intentional, the meaning still comes out of it when you watch it, like unintentionally, like subconsciously. Like directors do stuff.
What is unintentional meaning? That's your fucking projection.
It's not
unintentional meaning. Is literally you being a fucking camera projecting onto a screen that which you want to see.
Says it's just what the film is conveying, like, and what I get out of it, and what I got out of The Perfect Recipe is kind of the interesting way that couples kind of hide stuff from each other, and just like that kind of dynamic in a relationship that I think is really interesting. And I don't know if he intended that at all. But that's what I got out of it.
Yeah, like a Rorschach test.
And
you see what you see in like surreal art. Like you see the layers of paint, and then you can see things in it if you unfocus, right?
I do want to ask. There's a line at the start of the film, because one of my favorite lines in all of fiction is in Dracula, Bram Stoker's Dracula, when when I'm pretty sure Jonathan Harker offers him wine, and he says, "I don't drink wine," and it's because clearly he's drinking blood in his cup. And that's the implication. I was wondering if the line when he says, I don't eat some meat, you know what I mean? Like, I only eat some meat. I wonder if was there any connection to that, or if that was just like pure coincidence.
Yeah, but what is their relationship? Are they newly boyfriend and girlfriend? Have they been together for 10 years? It's like, I mean, everyone knows what they eat. Like, are they brand new? Because that's very confusing to the audience a little bit too, right? Because it's like, if you're dating somebody, you know what they eat, right? Yeah.
They're married. Yeah. It's a little bit surrealist, I feel like. It's a little bit surrealist. Like, just the way they talk to each other, I feel, is very, very surreal. And gives the film a kind of energy that
Little Fellini?
Yeah. I was thinking more, what's his name? Not Fellini. Buñuel, Louis Buñuel. Who worked with Salvador Dali? Yeah. It's the way his characters talk to even Lynch, like in Blue Velvet. The way those characters talk to each other is very unnatural. In an endearing way, in a way that's interesting, and
it's impressionistic.
Yeah, and I think that's what this film it comes across that way as well. But yeah, just that line I thought was great. And I thought it was a homage to Dracula, but I suppose it wasn't. Damn it.
No, it's okay.
But yeah, listen, I do love that line in Dracula where
nothing to apologize for.
You don't drink? He's like, you don't drink? And he's like, I don't drink wine. You know, implying he's a vampire. Like, you're not meant to know he's a vampire at that point. But yeah.
Really? As an audience member, I'm in the theater of a film called Dracula, and I see Dracula, and I'm not supposed to know it's Dracula?
The book.
Oh, the book. Oh, yeah. Sorry. I thought we were talking about the film Bram Stoker's Dracula.
No, I would have said
Coppola. Which is a film as well. Right?
I would have said Coppola if that was the case. But I was talking about.
Don't wake your dad.
Stop yelling. Stop yelling.
Whatever's getting you worked up, whoever's getting you all excited, you don't listen to him. He's bothering you.
All right, so I've got the trailer here. We'll probably watch that, and then
good. Yeah, I'd love to. I want people to see how beautiful your photography is, Anders. That's why. It's not to like put you on blast or anything, because it's like film students need to be treated as film students and not as people who are like professionally getting paid by Paramount Pictures to make multi-million pictures. That's a different review process. This is just like,
I feel like maybe you could have used like a colorist you'd maybe worked before, with before. Like could have used a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't think
the sound editing, you can't skip out on the sound editing. Sound is just as important as visuals in a film, as far as I'm concerned. It's like you can't scrimp on that either. But that's my opinion.
Yeah. All right.
I made Thai tunic.
You did make Thai tunic.
All right.
This full screen, Thai screen. Oh. I've almost got it. Hold on.
This is like me running my stream. All they hear is little clicks and click, 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 click.
This case in particular made me think how insane it is that anyone you know could be a cannibal without you knowing.
Kyle? What is this? What is that?
It's the perfect... It's a reasonably decent recipe. I just did it wrong.
Yeah, so look out for it. Yeah, look out for it. Yeah, it's a good
Did you notice the redheaded actress in the film, Time?
No, I don't see color.
Oh, okay. Because you have a real predilection for redheads,
I do want to
right?
ask the man who was speaking that crazy, uptight person language. Was that the same actor you worked with in Analysis? It was.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I'm
Look
kind
at
of an
Tam.
Anders head. No big
Did
deal.
I see Analysis?
You
When did we
didn't.
watch Analysis? Was that during the Joker?
No,
That's-
you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know.
Somebody has
That's
to
the
tell
one
me.
I was. That's
This
the
is a
one I
deep
did
cut.
the color editing on.
Is that the one you edited,
that's
or was that another one, JC? I don't know. Man.
No, that was another one that I was editor on. But yeah, that was a really good trailer. It gives you a nice little taste of, and I like the sound design, like do, and then she closes it.
And the title lettering is cool. It's kind of like that '80s vintage, like font they use for Halloween, almost, right? The black and the red, and the font. I don't even know but I love the way it looks. It just reminds me of 1978 or something, 84, 82.
Absolutely,
it was good, man. You should be proud of that.
Yeah, I think it's great. I really loved it.
Anything can always be improved, right?
Yeah, love you, Anders.
It's not a bad thing.
What would you rate the perfect recipe? What would you give? What would you recommend?
Rate it? What are we talking about?
10
You're
out of
gonna
10,
make my man rate his own film? Don't give it a 10, Anders. 5.
You give it a perfect recipe out of 10. I also liked that you played on saying the title in the film. Did you feel like you were
that counts as a real film?
Did you feel like you were blue balled there, Time?
It's not a miniseries.
Pretty good.
Is it?
You didn't say it.
A miniseries? Unless you mention it.
I was jonesing for it. I'm like, you better fucking say it. Didn't say it.
All right, so let's talk about the film that you've picked for this week, Anders, which is one that I think Pragpro had heard of, but I had never heard of until you.
Oh, I love this movie.
Brought it up. Was Windy City Heat. Do you want to explain your reasoning why you picked this and like what the whole deal was?
Yeah. So we want to talk about the premise, right? This is a hidden camera film based on there's this guy named Don Barris. He made The Dating Game and he made a show called The Gong Show. And he is still to this day at the Comedy Store in LA. If you go down there at 2:00 in the morning, Don Barris is running the late night comedians. Like he'll have open mic night and stuff. And so a lot of these guys in this film are Comedy Store regulars during that period. What was it, 2003 or so?
2003, yeah.
Like there's like Sarah Silverman's sister in this in one point, and like there's a lot of cameos and stuff. But it's just
a director before as well, Bobcat Goldthwaite.
Bobcat Goldthwaite, right? A famous comedian who's also now a very good director. And I'll have to get his list of filmography because he's got a nice filmography. And it's just like they killed it because it's so hard to pull something off like this, especially with somebody you already know. And I mean, we should show some clips too, so the audience can understand like some of the funnier parts. Because
if you want to bring them up, then absolutely.
I mean, this movie is just, to me, exactly perfect as far as a slapstick thing. It's just, I mean, there's so many great scenes, and it's amazing. I really enjoyed it.
To me, it felt like. Did you guys watch the Joaquin Phoenix movie where he pretends to be a like he pivots to a rock star or a rap career. That's right. And yeah, it's directed by Casey Affleck, and he's basically playing a character where he switches from acting to a rap career, and he's just a complete arsehole. And This feels like
he
the
had that
inverse
whole
of
weird
that.
conversation with David Letterman. Which is like bizarre.
Yeah. And what's funny that interview, it's funny. He went on the David Letterman show, and David Letterman didn't know what was going on. He didn't know that it was a bit. And this feels like the exact opposite, like the inverted premise, where everyone else is in on it except for the main guy, and he even goes on the Jimmy Kimmel show in the end, and doesn't know that Jimmy Kimmel's in on the act as well. Like,
he's just a delusional person who thinks he's going to be a professional actor, and he can't be persuaded to the opposite, right? And so it allows people to get, when you act like that. What am I supposed to share? The window? Is that right?
It's
the entire screen.
I don't remember.
It's almost like, go on, Anders.
I'm gonna watch that tonight, but because I saw that, and there's a couple of like a podcast meetup, and there's like the director's like additional scenes too, right?
Like, so he still thinks he made Windy City Heat. Like,
he's on Twitch, too, right?
So, on Twitch. Like, the way he talks about it, is it like he feels like it's a documentary about his acting and how good he is as an actor, sort of thing, or does he know that? Like,
no, he doesn't know. To this day.
Yeah. That's so funny.
You want to watch a clip? Let's watch a little clip. Let's see if this works.
Me, and I'm saying, and I'm thinking to my head, this is somebody that needs his ass kicked bad, real bad.
Perry, Carson.
He's so professional.
I don't know, it went good. They want to see one other guy, some scary fairy or something.
Scary fairy? Is that what you're calling me?
Perry, be professional.
I get Lance vibes sometimes, and I don't want to.
I do too. Like
I'd love to do this to Lance.
Wait a minute.
A little bit.
Is it all right if we go in with them?
No,
and
you guys shouldn't really even be any
Mole.
All right, Perry, you got your lines?
Yeah.
All right, remember, what are we thinking? Unleash the fury. You are Stone Fury. Don't stop!
Anyway,
do you want to watch? We should probably watch this clip as a longer thing, because this is like tells the whole deal. But go ahead, man.
What I was going to say is, like, don't bring this guy up. Don't bring this guy up to Lance, because he'll get triggered.
Dane Cook's favorite.
The first thing I told Lance when I met him was about this film.
It was about
I said, have you seen Windy City Heat? Don't become Windy City Heat. That's what I told him in his stream. You can look it up.
This film feels like The Disaster Artist, except like they actually filmed it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like James Franco's the Disaster Artist. It feels like that, except they actually got the footage of Tommy behind the scenes. Like, that's what this feels like. It's so
very much Three Stooges too. Like, it's definitely an homage to the Three Stooges, especially how they have their hair. And I don't know if they did it on, because Mole has like the shaggy hair, and then one guy's a bald, and then he's curly.
And you could tell when he said we're the Three Stooges of the new millennium, you could tell he's just heard that from like Don or
someone mentioned it offhand.
And he's gone, they must be like famous guys. They must be like superstars. So
can I just show this one part when they bust in, when he's giving his audition? He thinks he's auditioning for a major motion picture, and then his buddies are off screen, and then his reaction.
Just use that.
Use that. Now just settle in.
Let's start it from the top again.
Let's start from the top. All right. And
My name is Stone Fury. Now, this is my town, Chicago. And city big shoulders.
did you get it yet? Are you getting over it?
Look at him, bro. He's so mad. Look how mad he is.
Just
Don, guys.
You don't expect me to get this part?
I love that Time is making no face. I want to hear Time's opinion now. based on his reaction to this clip.
Harry, don't let this get you upset.
To this clip?
Unleash the fury.
Yeah.
Guys, why don't
I'm
you do
just
this?
trying to let the
Why don't you
audience
take a
in
seat? Just
what
come in
we
here, take
know.
All right?
Moba, be quiet. Don't do anything to disrupt them this time, okay?
And so basically, it's just that for 90 minutes and then they have like the PA bringing him the food plate every 5 minutes,
constantly,
and he's just holding the plate the whole time. It's so funny.
I kind of wish Dane Cook was in the movie more as Roman Polanski, because in that one scene, he's really good. Like, he nails the whole.
Yeah.
He keeps mentioning he's sick or something. He's coming down with something.
Oh yeah,
but he's only in 2 scenes.
He goes to shake his hand. He's like, he won't shake his hand. Yeah,
I love every time.
It's funny.
Like, sorry, go on, Anders. Go on.
He doesn't know who Roman Polanski is. He doesn't know who any of these. John Quincy Adams is the producer, right? He doesn't know. He's so poorly read that all these people are famous people that they keep telling him, and he has no clue. And that's another Lance problem, right?
The big money men. Yeah. So stupid.
Yeah. It's
legendary.
It's just banger after banger.
Yeah, what I wanted to say was I've forgotten now, but there's just so much good stuff in this. Like, he genuinely like at the start I was like, this can't be real. Like, he's got to be in on it. Like, especially when like, that scene when they walk out and they ruin his audition.
This one, why don't we show the scene where he folds over the table, right?
Yeah,
he's protecting the dessert table from from the cast, right? And so the producer's coming and they tell him, okay, Bobcat says you have to protect this table. Yeah,
ate off the table, don't touched anything on the table. And the money man is extremely important. If this table is touched, we might get fucked.
You got it. And so here comes Mole. And everyone's like, oh no. Look at him, bro. What a brilliant actor Mole is, though. This guy is a banger.
What happened? The money, listen to me. Can I say one thing? No, no. No, I'm not going to lie. I am not. Listen to me. Listen to me. Please listen to me. I was instructed. I'm not allowing you to have anything on the table because the money man for this movie is coming. He sees something, he's going to fuck it up. The best way to impress him is to show him this. Beautiful table. One move by. Oh no! Oh no! Oh
So
no!
dumb. Crawling over. Harry knocked over the table. This is losing it.
and then the producer comes in, which is the best part. The guy that plays the producer plays it so good.
Little smoke pile.
It's the producer. Here he comes.
Show him a Nagasaki, bro.
The movie's over. What? It's canceled. And I'm thinking,
it's so good.
All right, so that's everything. You can't make a scene like that scripted. That can be only improv, and somebody can't be in on it because you don't get that natural reaction and all that shit otherwise. So I thought it was great.
That's what I was going to.
A little bit. Yeah. But the whole time it's like they're the smart ones and Perry's the only dummy because they're just playing stupid. Like, because Mole is a professional comedian, obviously, you know.
But like the amount, but also the amount of organization it would have taken to make these scenarios happen, like
Jimmy Kimmel,
and time them right and everything is
I think Jimmy Kimmel paid for this all up front. I don't think he and I think he got Comedy Central to put it on,
it was just
but he made it happen.
Released it, so.
Yeah,
It was his production company that released it. So
yeah,
what's funny
Jackal,
about
right?
Yeah.
And so I feel like he put the money up, and he knew because they had been like messing with him for a long time, and they talk about that a little bit in the film for like 10 years prior. So there's like they already knew what the chemistry would be like.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
What I wanted to say was like earlier, like that scene at the start where he's doing his audition with the director and the producer, and the guys, they stumble in, and like when I first watched it, it made me roll my eyes because like this can't be real. Like you can't buy this. Surely you can't buy this. And then the longer the movie goes on, the like you slow, like for me at least, my first reaction was me realizing, oh my god, he really believes all of this. Like he thinks all of this is real.
He does.
He thinks.
Yeah.
And that's the funniest part of the movie for me is like I feel like when I watch it on rewatch, like that first scene is going to be so funny because at the start of the film, I didn't buy it. I was like, there's no way this isn't scripted, and but like the more you watch it, it's like there's just some reactions that he gets that
it's an ego matched with an idiot, and if you have an idiot with a big ego,
this is what you get.
He said, "I'll do anything to be a star," and it's like not a famous actor, no, just a star, right? So he just and so
he doesn't.
Do you guys know who the guy is who's dressing him?
The gay guy?
Tom Kenny, yeah.
I was pissed.
Oh, it is Tom Kenny. Like
this is a funny scene.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm Santiago from Wardrobe. We're here. We're clear.
Oh,
Let's
he's
get
gonna
our
say
asses in
something.
here.
I'm not
No,
gay.
He can say it, but he's not a good person, JC.
I know.
Like
I
you
know.
have to like condemn bad people.
No,
like
but
he's
I'm
an
thinking
ignorant
about
person,
YouTube.
and so that's the
I'm
joke.
talking
It's
about
not that
YouTube.
it's proud of it.
Did
I'm
somebody
thinking about
nudge you for
uploading it
these,
to
or
YouTube.
are
Nobody
these your own? Are
said
these ones that
anything.
you brought
No,
yourself?
no.
I mean, this movie is on YouTube, boys. Is this movie not on YouTube?
It is.
Like,
it
what
is.
are we talking about? And
It is.
you can use certain language if it's used to condemn the hatred of. You know what I'm saying? It's like otherwise we don't know what we're talking about, right? So I
right.
don't. I'm not trying to like show it for any other reason, but yeah.
And this kind of scene made me realize, like him saying that and stuff, made me realize I don't really feel bad for him because he's not a good person at all.
Right. To the women, right? Yeah.
I feel like Grizzly Man should have had more of this.
Don't you dare keep Grizzly Man out of your goddamn mouth.
Wow.
How dare you bring up Grizzly Man? You know I'm just getting over that.
Treat him
Just
too
let
serious.
6 months go by and then we can talk about. I'm gonna listen. Okay, fine. I love Grizzly Man. Have you seen Grizzly Man, Anders? What do you say? Did you watch the review on this channel of Grizzly Man and these two guys? Because they don't get it. They don't get it.
Did you get mad? Did you get like white knuckle mad?
I mean,
White knuckle mad.
No, it's just disappointed in you, JC, because you're supposed to be a film guy and you just don't see one of the greatest documentaries ever made.
Listen, I think it was a great documentary. I just didn't enjoy it myself because I don't like the guy. I didn't like watching the guy. Like that was my
you don't like Barry Caravello, and I don't like him either. But we enjoyed.
No,
you
I
do,
love him.
even though
he's hilarious. Okay. I think he's the best.
You didn't think that Timothy was hilarious?
Not really, no. Unfortunately, I just found him kind of annoying.
Okay.
That was my issue with him. But Time, I haven't heard anything from you on what you thought of Windy City Heat. I want to know. What's your thoughts?
Why are you laughing?
Because we know where
Here we go. Because I know this is the part of this episode when you don't like it, and then I get upset, and JC's like, "Oh, please like me." Go ahead.
This is the funny thing that I
don't be afraid of
about this. Feelings. No, I don't care. The funny thing I found out about this movie when I was looking up some stuff about it, which I think is not how I remember it, and I think Prag is going to say the same thing. That it was shown and promoted all the time on Comedy Central.
It was,
but apparently they only showed it like 5 or 6 times and then took it off.
Oh, really?
I could have swore it was on like all the time.
I was a heavy user of Comedy Central when it was on, probably. So I was just like tuning in at that time.
When it came out, I remember seeing the whole thing about it on Jimmy Kimmel and like, oh, they pranked this guy, whatever. Yeah. So I watched this movie for the first time today. Like I said, I knew about it, but I didn't know like exactly what it was exactly. But I knew they pranked a dude. This is like Grizzly Man. This movie was boring.
Oh my god!
This was one of the most boring and unfunny movies I've ever seen in my life.
I completely
what's wrong with these people?
I get my biggest problem with this movie is you get to the end, or first the beginning. It opens up with, "Hey, these guys are friends, and they've been pranking this dude for 10 years, whatever it is." And this is all prank. It's one big prank. It's okay, and you watch it, and at the very end, there's just nothing. There's no reveal to him that it's a prank. That's it.
Because he still thinks it. That's what's funny, though.
The reveal was releasing this movie was the reveal. That was the reveal when they released this.
This is like releasing a game and then you don't finish it and you finish it with DLC. I shouldn't have to watch Jimmy Kimmel to learn, oh, he found out it was a prank of Jimmy Kimmel.
Well, he didn't.
No, because know that his reaction would be based on his other reactions. You know, he would have done his screaming routine.
This was not funny. Nobody in this was funny. There were funny people in it, but no one was funny.
You're wrong.
Harry is a fucking.
I was laughing my ass off like an hour ago.
He looks like Steven Seagal, and he's a ripoff of Sam Kinison with the screaming the entire time.
Yeah, that's the funny part.
That's not funny.
Because he doesn't really get that.
None of that is funny.
He's not self-aware enough to know how fucking crazy he looks.
None of that is funny.
That's crazy, Tom.
This movie was a huge mess. It was.
You think Three Amigos was better than this?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, Anders.
Do you have any thoughts, Anders?
There's nothing I can do because now I question my sense of, am I funny? Because if he doesn't think this is funny and he thinks I'm funny, that means I'm not funny. You know what I'm saying? Because I get so confused.
I don't understand what you found funny with this movie.
Because the relationship between them and the way they kept fucking with him was just hilarious. The way they move around him and like they lock him out on the balcony. It's just like every 5 minutes, and like the way Mole is just a fucking idiot constantly, and he's just like come on, Don Bear. It's just like this is real, pure comedy.
Wow.
It's not real. The entire thing felt forced. Every single thing. Hey Mole, what if you put a funny wig on? Oh, that'd be funny, and that was it.
No, but the funny part is that he believes it. He thinks it's a real hair.
There are industry plants in music. Obviously, this is an industry plant of a movie created by Jimmy Kimmel and all these fucking stupid.
So do you
hacks.
But like, do you think this guy is legit, or do you think this guy was acting the whole time? Harry.
No, I think it's legit. I think they're fucking the entire time. Yeah, it's just not funny.
Okay.
What? Wow.
It's just not funny.
Okay. Because I will say.
What about the guy who kept bringing him plates of food, bro? That was hilarious. And he's like holding the fucking soda, and he's like holding it out, and then Don Barris is like drinking the water and throwing it. I mean, it's just there's a lot of little subtle things, man.
Not even the moment where they show the movie.
If you don't see, you don't see.
Like they show the movie, and it's just dog shit.
The only part,
and then the standing ovation, and he's like, he believes that he's getting adulation.
The only part that made me like,
and look at where he's cummerbund. He's got his cummerbund up to his fucking nipples.
Was when Charlton Heston was in his camper.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the only part that legit made me like crack up.
Not even the part when they're like,
and then when he shows up at the end with the pizza, it was so stupid.
What about when they're driving him around trying to get to the premiere, and they go to like this supermarket, and then these twin girls come out?
Oh yeah,
it's like you two should kiss. You two, and he's just like, we need to go to the premiere. It's like
the way he screams is just fucking because he can't control himself, and he's giving a real reaction.
Not funny. This scene was funny because of the music. I like when he played the music. And he just kept like rocking out. And he's like, "We gotta go," and they kept, "No, it's fine, just one more song." And they kept fucking playing the song.
And then
what about Red Bat, Blue Bat?
Mind?
How about he's tied up and they have the thing around him, and there's two bats. They put a red bat and a blue bat there, and he's like, "Don't pick up the red bat, Mole," and he's going to, and he breaks the lamp. I mean, it's just the reactions are funny.
Yeah.
Right. It's like, why would you put two bats next to each other? It's so dumb. It's like he should be able to figure this stuff out, right? But his ego is so big, and he wants it so bad that he overlooks all of the indicators that this is just a prank, bro.
This whole scene in the supermarket had me dying.
Oh, I love it when they wouldn't pay him, and he comes back into them in the theater, and he like almost tackles them from behind. I thought that was
this
hilarious.
guy. I love this guy.
I do have a question though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did we finally do it, boys?
Do we do what?
Is this cinema verite?
No.
What? It's real.
This is its own thing.
He is cinema verite.
Yeah, but it's its own thing. It's a mockumentary. It's like more than. Is it a mockumentary?
I wouldn't count this as a mockumentary.
It is a doco, but it is like in a way.
What do you think? Where do we file this? It's not cinema verite, though.
No, damn it.
Yeah.
The only other show I've seen like this is there's a TV show called Jury Duty where the premise is one guy doesn't know he's on jury and everyone else is an actor, and that's funny. I've seen that. That's like a 7-episode TV show on like one of the weird streamers.
It just reminds me of stuff like an extended version of like what I used to watch when I was a kid. Like Prank Patrol, Scotty and the Ninjas, Prank Patrol.
Yeah.
It's like a long episode of it. And even like it even gives me vibes of like Jackass. Do you enjoy Jackass, Time?
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah, you find that stuff funny. That's just interesting that this doesn't do it for you. Did you like the Disaster Artist? The James
I've never seen it.
You haven't seen it? Okay.
No.
Okay. I don't know. Maybe this just kind of personality type, like this guy, just doesn't make you laugh. It just doesn't.
There are people in this that I like. Like I like Bobcat. He's funny.
I love him.
Yeah, he had the megaphone the entire time. He just kept using it.
And we should talk about his other films too, because he's got a great filmography at this point. Also, he did it when he made this. This was one of his early things, right?
And then what's the other guy? Dane Cook. He was also the voice on the phone as John Quincy Adams. Like doing the very posh. Yeah, that was Dane Cook as well. Yeah. But yeah. No. Like no, you're right. Sorry. Yeah, you're right. Sorry.
I have to watch the commentary.
Tony Barbieri, yeah.
Shakes the Clown.
Shakes the Clown, that's right.
Have you seen Shakes the Clown? That's a Bobcat film. That's his first movie.
What was this thing? The Spanish Fly? What is this?
Chappelle Show. He directed.
Like, this was
Spanish Fly is like a gas station pill that they used to have in the turn of the century, the 2000s, for like, it's Viagra.
Even just every single time like they show an image of the character, he's always like overweight and the stunt double comes in and he's like this huge dude and like
well the action figure or like the posters they kept giving him when they did the whole market thing, he just kept getting fatter and fatter. And he's like, I'm not that fat.
But I love it. He says it once, and then eventually he's like, "But
this
it's still
just
great.
visually funny. I don't know why it's funny, but it's funny to me. I don't know why. I laugh from beginning to end every time I see this movie. Every time it gets me. I don't know what it is.
I think my favorite part of the film is when they show these, when they're actually directing it and color grading it and everything. But like, there's some lines, when he like pops up over the dumpster and he says, what does he say?
I'm getting too old for this shit or something.
I'm too old for this. He actually delivers it pretty solidly, I feel like. And also when he's blending the food, and it's like, it's just another sunny morning. What does he say?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, it's like another sunny morning. And he actually delivers it pretty solidly when he isn't trying. And like, that's the part that's hilarious to me, is like when he actually tries, he does this shit and it's terrible. But if he got rid of that ego, he'd probably have something, maybe. But
he's still streaming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Never. Yeah. Like they met him like obviously bombing at a comedy stand up, right? Like that's where Don Barrett's met him.
The store, yeah.
Yeah, we saw a short clip of it.
And if you don't know, the store is the most important comedy club in the history of the world. Okay, every major stand-up goes through that rigmarole starts there and like cuts their teeth, and famous comedians still work out there every night.
Yeah, and they like obviously Don like saw something in him that was just hilarious, and
yeah, he's a character, and
he's a complete character. Yeah,
he's a total character.
I kind of stopped paying attention like towards the end when I wanted to pay attention more, but I feel like Don specifically, not paying attention to the movie, but paying attention to this one part. I feel like Don, when he had the tissues or whatever, I feel like as the movie kept going on and they kept showing him, it just got bigger. Or was that me? It just felt like more and more. Yeah.
I'm not sure. And then Don Barris had a long career before this too. I mean, he was the host of a lot of shows in the 70s.
I recognize him. I just can't think of.
Where's like the dating game?
Is he's Jimmy Kimmel's guy, right? Like he's his right hand man.
I mean, he's just a very he was this guy from the Gong Show. I don't know if you guys can see this.
Is that him? That's not him.
No,
that's Chuck Barris.
That's not him.
No, that's Chuck Barris. Never mind.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry, Don.
What
Don
I was going to say was,
but didn't he do another show?
He did the Ding Dong Show.
No, he's the guy. He's the guy that sits on the couch.
Show.
Like
I feel like he did something a long time ago.
No, he's not. He's not. He's not that guy.
I'm crazy.
He's not that guy. He was for a while.
He's not that guy. Breaking news. Breaking news. Disambiguation. Don't fall for it.
The warm-up comic for the Jimmy Kimmel show for Jimmy Kimmel Live.
Yeah, he's just a stand-up.
But yeah, thank you for bringing this to my attention, Anders, because I loved this. I had an amazing time watching this morning. It's unfortunate that some other people on this podcast don't have culture.
JC, I tell you every week, you cannot be affected by other people's criticisms of their things that you like or don't like. You cannot take issuance by that.
You're affected too.
But I'm trying not to be affected.
Time, do you have anything to say? Do you have any apologies to make?
I have no apologies. I don't
apologize for Tron Legacy.
No, I don't apologize for shit.
Do you want to?
I'm glad I watched this movie though, so thank you for that.
Good.
There are movies that even if I don't like, I do.
I'll tell you what, you're going to be in the 1% of the world that doesn't like this. Doesn't think it's funny. There's 99% of the people are going to, and so if you're able to do that, that's great.
Yeah,
that's no problem.
It's fine.
It's okay.
Do you have any farewells to say? Because this is probably going to be your last time on the show.
Yeah, sorry, Anders. It's me last time on the show. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's your last time on the show. Yeah,
no. You are replacing time. Are you available at 8 o'clock on Saturdays? Because that's the new slot.
I can sleep in on Sundays. God, thank you.
It's not Sunday.
It's Sunday tomorrow when I sleep.
Did
Okay.
you see a bit of see a little bit of yourself in
Perry?
Perry.
No, it's not dark.
Do I see Perry in me? No, I see Don Barris in me, but I see sometimes Mole reminds me of Nambi's a little bit, and sometimes Lance reminds me. Lance reminds me of Perry for sure, especially when I first met him.
But Lance is self-aware. I feel like young Lance.
Is he?
I feel like young Lance. I feel like
I think everyone's self-aware. Nobody's going to be he's very unaware. Like Perry's like very, very unaware.
Yeah,
like,
he's
Hollywood's full of people like him, man.
Yeah,
there's full of people like him that have been trying to get going for 20 years and just don't get that it's not it, and it's just not for them. And it's just. There's a lot of characters on Hollywood Boulevard, and that's why they have so many cameos and interesting people in this, I think. So,
is there anything else you want to say, Anders, like about Windy City Heat that, that might either sway time or just find interesting about the film?
Is there any way you can give me an hour and a half back in my life?
No, you can't. You're right. You can't. You're right.
Can't. Yeah,
absolutely. I've met so many people who love this movie. It's one of their favorite. I mean, I have so many people who tell me this is one of their top 5 comedies of all time. You know,
do you put it up with like Spinal Tap and stuff like
that?
Like
wow, absolutely.
Yeah. Wow, that's big. That's big.
Laughs per second? Absolutely. There's just joke. Every scene, there's something funny for somebody. Like, you may not laugh at the characters in front of you, but there might be a background character doing something funny. And it was really made skillfully. And Bobcat's a great director too, because just to pull this off and make it look so natural. And I think this was a banger. It was just a great film, regardless of being a comedy or even if it wasn't funny. I think it was well made.
I think the most impressive thing to me is just like the organization that would have been required to, to arrange all of these little things.
When you put it like that, it was a lot.
Yeah, just the details of the fact that they would have had to set up his trailer and get Yergi in there with the what's it called? Like whatever that tapestry was that they had up there. It's just like little details like that.
It's like little things everywhere. It's just little details that make a film. That's what makes a film.
One thing I was wondering, like a little behind the scenes thing, is he's trying to get to the theater, right, to watch his movie, and he's late. Did they show in the theater what they filmed up to that point, and then he just like, hey, he'll come in whenever he comes in, and then you get the reaction? Or were they just monitoring where he's at and then say, okay, we're only going to show this part because this is all we have of this movie?
I think that's right.
And then everyone just acts surprised,
I think they made a whole ass movie. I think they made a whole ass movie in a week.
They did. I don't think they did.
You don't think?
I think they shot like maybe 6 scenes, and what's his name?
Okay. Yeah.
Like has just blown it out of him. Like he's gone, yeah, they shot a movie with me.
Right. And you have Jimmy Kimmel selling it, right? Says everybody. And so then you get a bunch of like people who are his friends or whatever to dress up. And it's a funny joke. Everyone's in on the joke, and everyone loves a practical joke.
Some of his
reactions are amazing.
Yeah. Some of his reactions, I don't want to say they made me think he was in on the joke, but he definitely knew something or he knew that it was being filmed, obviously, and for whatever reason.
But they did tell him that.
But it's just like some of his reactions were so bizarre. Like at the theater at the end, when they do like the final scene, whatever, and I think it's this scene with the fireworks, whatever. He looks at the two guys and he goes.
Because he's happy because he thinks he did it. He's like, mission accomplished.
Thumbs up to you. It's just so bizarre.
He's just a character, man. He's probably been like that for a decade, so they knew he was going to stay consistent because he's just not changing.
But then
he's still like that on Twitch.
He's the only one that does that.
I watch his Twitch stream sometimes. He's the same way.
Yeah,
he's the exact same way.
It's like it's like that other guy that that's on YouTube that iDubbbz did an interview of the what's his name? Dax Flame. You know that guy? He's very similar in the same way. Like he has these dreams of doing like a Smoothie Madness game show, and he's like fully serious about it. But and iDubbbz sets it up for him, and he does the show. And
he's got psychosis. I mean, he's mentally ill at the end of the day, right? Have you seen the film Nurse Betty? About Renee Zellweger believes that she's a real nurse, and she believes through watching like a General Hospital type soap, over time she believes she's in the thing, and she just shows up to work and they cast her in it, and so she's just like a delusional real nurse who thinks she's a real nurse on a real General Hospital, but it's a show, and it's an interesting movie. People should check that one out.
Absolutely,
Nurse Betty.
And the iDubbbz documentary that he did on Dax Flame, which is like fairly similar to this, is called Ice Cream Man. If anyone wants to watch that, it's very interesting.
Maybe we'll watch it on stream. My stream.
Yeah. His documentaries are pretty solid. His Sam Hyde one is bizarre, and especially with the fallout after the Sam Hyde documentary. Than the actual thing. Yeah. But it basically stopped him from making documentaries. Like, he doesn't trust himself to make a documentary anymore. But the Ice Cream Man one's really interesting, just really good. He used to make like videos on YouTube, and a lot of people couldn't tell if they were legit or if they were satire, because he was just like such a bizarre.
That's the great place to be, right? threading that needle when they don't know if you're playing or you believe you're crazy. They don't know if you're crazy or if you're acting. That's the perfect place for
What's his name? That really great comedian that does the music. He did Inside.
Bo Burnham.
Oh, Burnham, yeah, he mentioned Dax Flame, and he was like, he's a genius. If it's all fake, he's a genius. If it's not all fake, he's also a genius. It's that kind of.
That's what Andy Kaufman pulled off too, right?
I mean,
never breaking.
Yeah, that's the thing. And I guess we'll never know if Perry. I think Perry might just be really stupid.
Did you see Dark BMXer's stream last night?
No, I missed it.
That's another performance you got to see. It's amazing.
It's a crazy person.
I thought he was on drugs or drunk, and then he was fine. After we talked to him after the stream, he's perfectly sober.
God.
You have to watch the stream. Just watch it. Watch the VOD. It's crazy. He did a whole thing. What was he doing last night? He was just like on the floor. He was moving around. He's like doing characters and like acting crazy.
He was dancing.
And he's like, and then after the show, we're like, "What's going on with you, man? Are you okay?" And he's like, "Oh no, I'm just doing my bit. I'm just doing it. I'm having fun. I'm having fun." I'm like, "Are you drunk right now?" I was like, "No, I just had my dinner. I'm just having fun." All right, cool.
It was crazy.
So I suggest people watch that VOD. I'm going to shout him out too because he's doing innovative. You know what? He's a good little actor. You know that? He's getting better too.
But thank you. I mean, you guys are kind of setting up a real nice little thing going. Not a little thing. It's getting bigger, but just your show and like all of the stuff you're doing with like you did Titanic and you did the Christmas special, which was so funny.
Yeah.
I love what you guys are doing over there. That's great.
What about Co-Sponsors Live? You don't love that?
I don't. I whenever you go live, I'm always
breaking
working.
Up, JC. I can't hear you.
He said,
whenever
"I don't."
Whenever you go live, I'm always working.
VODs.
So I haven't seen Ghostbusters Live.
No, I mean we have a new visual style. We're doing different things. I try to keep innovating and try to keep upping the ante every new thing I do. Like if I do a stream, I want to add something every stream. I want a new visual item. I want a new toy, a new app, a new thing to listen or see. Or I just want to surprise. I don't want people to like, oh, this is what Prag's going to do today. He's just going to play. No, you're going to see something you haven't seen before. Hopefully,
I love it. You're an innovator, Prag, and I love it. I love that about you. Big time.
Thank you. So are you.
Thank you. Frag, would you recommend Windy City?
So it's time.
And what would you rate it?
Absolutely. I have recommended it already many times. And I love that it's on YouTube. I don't know how they got it on YouTube and why the DMCA doesn't go after them, but I just love sharing that link and I share it widely. And I think that and most people are happy about it. So yeah, absolutely. I give it a 90.
Ooh.
I give it a 90. It's one of my favorite comedies of all time. Because it's inspirational too, because it shows me, I could, eventually I could pull something like that off. I just love that type of movie, that type of comedy. And it's just funny to me. I love it.
Have you watched I'm Not There or I'm Still Here with with Joaquin Phoenix? What did you think of that
Phoenix?
One? The short review.
It's all right. I understood because I saw it after it was released, and I kind of knew what he was like doing. He's doing it's like I was never like under the assumption that he'd really lost a marble or something. Like, I appreciate it.
It was
good. It was an interesting movie for me. Yeah, I like the movie.
Time, would you recommend Windy City?
Oh
God, no, and I give it a 40.
You're hurting your boy Anders here, bro. Your boy Anders.
Sorry, Anders. I have to be true. I have to be true to my heart.
Have you lost a lot of respect for Anders now, Time?
No. I wouldn't be surprised if you lost respect for me, though.
You know what's really funny about Time is since our Joker review, he always brings you up, Anders. He's like, I love Anders. He's the best. Anders is my boy.
Still do.
Yeah, every single time.
I saw the Joker review. It was good. I watched Joker with Time. I think I was working that morning and I couldn't make it, but I like that movie a little bit. I like weird shit though. You have to understand. I like weirdo stuff. I'll find things that are funny in non-comedies. I think The Phantom Thread is a comedy.
That's a great film.
I love that movie so much. It's my favorite, but to me, it feels like a comedy in some ways. And it's just the way I look at characters. I think I don't know what it is.
Yeah. What was I going to say? Yeah, but I wish I had Pragpro on that day, because then it would have been 2 versus 2. People who like the movie.
A lot of people say that.
Yeah, Prag liked it.
He liked it. Yeah,
yeah, he'd like it. Did like it.
Anders, would you recommend Windy City Heat? Obviously, and what would you rate it? Nice, that's a good score. Yeah, and I'm gonna split. I'm gonna be on the opposite end of you and Prag, and I'm going 80. I absolutely recommend it. I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. But there's just like the start section where it's a bit like, I'll probably enjoy it more on rewatch, but like there's like a good 20 minutes where I wasn't laughing as hard because I didn't know, like I wasn't sure if it was legit or not. You know what I mean? I was watching it. So some of it just seemed so over the top, and because I didn't know if like part of me was like, oh, it's not real. Right. It wasn't as funny. But then as it goes on, you're like, oh my God, this guy really believes all of this. That's when it became hilarious.
Need to go back.
So yeah. 80%, 80 out of 100. Loved it.
Banger. If you want to laugh, and if you don't want to pay for a movie tonight and you want to watch a movie Saturday night, it's on YouTube. It's free. All the fucking deleted scenes are in there for free. The fucking podcast reunited. They reunite the big 3 like 11 years later, and that's a long thing. So, yeah, if you want to laugh, I think most people find it funny.
So next week.
That's all I can do.
Do we all know what we're doing next week?
What is it? I don't know. What are we doing next week? Whose turn is it?
Next week is my turn.
Okay.
And so I wanted to pick a film that, like, so basically a lot of people recently have been talking about The Substance. Like, even when I go to work, just randos will say, "Have you seen The Substance? Have you seen something?" That movie's
I saw
wacky. And yeah, I've seen The Substance as well. I thought it was pretty good. But no one ever talks about Coralie Farget's first film, like that she broke onto the scene with, which is 2017's Revenge, starring Matilda Lutz. It's just a film that I feel like we should discuss, because I think it's a more interesting film to discuss because it's Coralie Farget's first film. I feel like I knew her before she was cool, sort of thing. So yeah, that's what I want to do. That's cool. What we're doing. It's kind of, I call it a horror. It's more of a revenge thriller, I'd say. Obviously it's called Revenge, so you'd hope there was some revenge in it. But yeah, it's really good. And
good. I love it. I love seeing a film I know nothing about and going in blind. That's my favorite thing to do.
And when I saw the film, I was like, I know this director's going to make something that everyone's going to love at some point. And it just happened to be our next one. So
interesting.
I called it
Revenge of the Sith. Got it. Okay.
2017.
You better watch the film, Time.
Got it. Revenge of the Sith. Got it. That's weird, but okay. I guess I can watch
That's a perfect pyramid too. I like to shout out. Need to go back. The perfect Mario pyramid created in chat. It's beautiful. I love it.
Very
perfect
good. Very
symmetry.
Good.
Symmetry in nature.
I don't have to watch Revenge of the Sith because I acted it out last night with Dark. That's what we did.
We did table reads of Star Wars films.
No, we didn't do table reads last night because you don't act out scenes in table reads.
No, you just read them.
Yeah. See, we did full acting.
Yeah, he did.
I want to know.
We had lightsabers.
Watch the VOD. It's weird. Watch the DMX VOD. It's weird.
It's a fever
really
dream.
Weird. I think people should watch it. I think it's I think it's like a one-man show.
Yeah.
I'd love to bring it to Broadway.
He was going to do it?
I don't think he even knew who was going to do it.
Time said he was acting normal, and then I showed up in his Discord, and he just went fucking loopy, and he just started doing this character that for like 2.5 hours.
And then
we were on the call with him.
I have to take a shower, and then he kept saying, "Where's time? Where's time?" It was weird.
Watch the show. Watch the VOD.
That's my thing. You can't.
I know. I'm sorry.
JC's a shower guy.
I want to ask. So David Lynch has just sadly passed away. Do you guys want?
Are we going to do a David Lynch special?
Do we want to do something for David Lynch?
Yeah. Absolutely.
I'd love to. Like, my idea, it might take a little while, but my idea was to do Twin Peaks, watch The Picture Box, if you wanted to. or we can watch one of his films and do that. But we just don't really have a show for random films. We have a show for new films.
We do whatever's clever.
We just do
if you want to pick one film, I think watching all of Twin Peaks is going to be a lot of time.
Yeah, I know.
I haven't watched it in a while.
I think maybe just the first season.
What about the last Twin Peaks movie?
But you have to watch the show first and then watch the movie.
No, but I mean, okay. Yeah. Well, what other David Lynch film should we think about? Blue Velvet.
I've never seen Mulholland Drive.
Mulholland Drive.
I want to rewatch any David Lynch film. So, yeah.
Well, let me look at the list of films and.
Actually, I don't think I've seen
come
any
up
of
with
his
a
movies.
Film. Huh?
I don't think I've seen any of his movies. I've only seen Twin Peaks from him.
What do you think, Anders? What's the definitive David Lynch film? Okay.
I'm a Mulholland Drive.
Let me see the 10 best films of all time. Let me see what. Okay, we have his version of Dune, which is a kind of a banger. That would be fun to review.
That would.
Wild at Heart. Wild at Heart with Nicolas Cage is a banger. That's a dirty movie. Okay, Straight Story. Lost Highway is great. Inland Empire, Twin Peaks, Fire Walk with Me, The Elephant Man. I tried to watch The Elephant Man with you all, and you guys were not Lynch heads at that time. That was last December. Eraserhead is a banger.
I was into that.
Blue Velvet, Mulholland Drive is number one. Maybe it's Mulholland Drive.
So Time said he wants to watch Mulholland Drive. I've seen Mulholland Drive. We discussed it on this episode. So maybe that's the way to go. Maybe it's Mulholland.
Yeah, why don't we just figure out what date and then we'll just film it. And
okay.
Yeah, I'd love to watch all of these movies again.
Awesome.
Eraserhead. Have you guys seen Eraserhead?
I haven't. I've only seen Blue Velvet and Mulholland.
You should see that one time. It's wild.
And also, what did Jack do? Have you seen that? I haven't seen it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen what did Jack do? The short he made for Netflix where he's talking to a monkey.
Oh yeah, I heard about it. What about Rabbits? He has this short film series called Rabbits. He has his own theater in Los Angeles where they do stage productions of it. That's on YouTube or Netflix, I think.
He also had a YouTube channel where for like 2 years. I mean, I posted on Facebook, but for 2 years he would have a jar with ping pong balls in, and they all had numbers on them, and he'd swirl the numbers around, and then he'd pick out a number. And then he'd say, the number of the day is 8. And he did that for 2 years straight, every single day. Every single day.
Say, this is the number of the day? Nothing else.
Yeah, that's my guy.
Nothing else. It's like, today's number is 8. And
that's
then he
perfect.
ended, what's tomorrow's number going to be? And he did the same script every time. So it'd be like, it'd be like, okay, welcome to today's number. 10
Folksy
balls.
Canadian.
Each ball has a number. Numbers 1 through 10. Swirl the numbers. Pick a number.
Yep.
Today's number is 8. And sometimes he'd fuck up the script. Like he'd say, and he'd go, "Oh shit." Well, and he'd go to put the ball back in, and then he'd go, "Nope, I can't. I got to do it.
It's been drawn.
I got to do it." And there was one time that he fucked up the video, fucked up the recording, and it's just him. Is like, "This is a first. I messed up the recording, but I couldn't do it again. It wouldn't be right." So today's number is 8. That's the number I picked. You're gonna have to believe me.
Yep.
You gotta believe me. You gotta trust me.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, it was so weird. I don't know. He was a weird guy, but I loved him for it.
He was
a character. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
I love the man.
Cool.
He was a genius.
And then we're doing a special about The Who on Your Dad Might Like This on Sunday, a Quadrophenia review.
I do like.
If you want to check that out with Craigulators.
I've been wanting to get into.
Come on down on Sunday. It's 8 Central. We're going to talk about it.
Looking forward to it. Anyway, this has been great. Thank you everyone for coming to this episode of Three Grandmas Yapping About Movies. Thank you, Anders, for coming on.
Thank you, Anders.
Good to see you again.
Anders.
Come back soon. We'll have you on. Come back soon. Thank you.
Also, would you guys be interested in doing a Nosferatu review?
I have to go to the movies for that. I told you I don't go to the movies. I have the movies in my house. When it comes on streaming, I'll pay and watch it. But I'm not going to a theater. I have a theater. I am theater.
Would you be down to watch Nosferatu, Tom?
Give me a couple days. I'll think about it.
Okay. All right. See you later, guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.